Hey everyone, today we'll be taking a look at how to practice and master single jump aerials as well as how to apply them in-game with some examples. If you're unsure about how to single jump aerial, make sure to go back to episode 4 of Guide to Keyboard and Mouse where I go through the step-by-step process of single jump aerials as well as how to fast aerial. Now let's talk about practice. In order to practice, we'll be using a training pack that I made with 8 shots of realistic situations that you might encounter in-game. The code is on screen, so feel free to pause and type it in, or you can just copy and paste it from the description below. The great thing about this pack is that there are two ways to go about it depending on how comfortable you are with single jump aerials. If you're brand new, your goal is just to get it on target with power, but if you're more experienced, your new goal is to place it well, so aiming for the corners or sides of the net. For today, we'll go through each shot trying to get it on target and talking about how to time our jumps and flips accordingly. We need to make sure that we don't jump too early here, otherwise our flip is going to run out. So as we drive up, we're going to let it bounce, and then we're going to boost up, and then we're going to front flip. And what that's going to allow us to do is have the ball get a little bit lower to the ground before we jump up for it. So here you see I wait and then I jump and then I boost and then I flip. For this shot, we're looking at an infield pass from a teammate, but because it's low enough to the ground this time, we don't need to wait. We can immediately jump and front flip into it. And just like that, I get a pretty well placed shot, and it was pretty fast, so I could jump immediately. So here we'll see it again. Teammate passes it out to the midfield, and I can immediately jump and front flip into it. I could hit a little bit lower on the ball, and that would allow me to keep the ball higher up in the air instead of hitting it down. This is similar to the first shot that we had, so we're going to let it bounce off the wall, let it come out, let it come down a little bit, and then single jump aerial so that it's low enough to the ground so we still have our flip. So I'm going to let it bounce, single jump aerial, front flip into it, pretty well placed shot, hit the middle of the ball, allows me to get some good power. So again, you're going to see it here. I drive up, I wait for it to come down, and then I front flip into the middle of the ball, which makes it so it goes fast and it doesn't lose too much height. This is shot number 2, so I'm immediately going to jump like I did there, and I'm going to try to hit the middle of the ball so that I just put the ball forward instead of skying it into the air or hitting it directly into the ground. I'm going to single jump immediately, front flip, hit the middle of the net, and then get a pretty good shot. So see it again. I immediately jump, and then from there I hit the middle of the ball, and that allows the ball to just go straight so I don't score a field goal or hit it directly into the ground. So this is one of my favorites because this is really realistic of what you'd see in a game of like your teammate flipping at it and hitting it towards you, kind of at that diagonal angle. So we're just going to boost and try to hit the middle of the ball like this. And what you're going to see when I play it back here is that I am just boosting for a little bit so I can catch up to it, and then I jump and then I hit the middle of the ball so that I don't sky it and I don't hit it directly into the ground. That's the biggest thing, is trying to hit the middle of the ball. Same deal again, it's a diagonal pass, so we need to make sure that we are hitting the middle of the ball so we don't sky it or hit it directly into the ground. So I'm going to boost to catch up to it, single jump aerial, and then flip when I'm right at the middle of the ball. And just like that, the ball goes straight and it gets some good power, so I don't hit it directly into the ceiling or into the ground at my opponents. It's a pretty difficult shot to save, and even then I could work on it and try to place it into the left or right side of the net so it's even harder to save. This shot, we are further away from the net, so we care less about placement and more about just getting it on target while booming it over our imaginary opponent. So as I go for it here, you see that I am driving up, I am boosting, single jumping, and then hitting the middle of the ball. So here I actually diagonal flipped into it, so because of that I hit it with the corner of my car, and that allows me to get a little bit more power. So that's kind of a tip you can try, is flipping into it with a diagonal flip and using the corner of your car. So for shot 8, same thing, opposite side. So I'm going to drive at it, let it come down a little bit, boost, jump, single jump aerial, and flip into it, hitting the middle of the ball, just trying to beat that imaginary opponent and getting it on target. Now you can diagonal flip or you can front flip. I like diagonal flipping because you get a little bit more power because you're using the corner of your car, but ultimately you can get power with both of them. Same deal again, you saw I use the corner of my car here, and I get some solid power using the corner, and I'm hitting the middle of that ball. So because of that, it's not really falling as much, and it's more going forward. Now, it still falls because it's a really far distance, but it does the job in terms of getting it over the opponent. You don't really care after that. As long as it's on target, it's going to go in if you beat that last opponent. If you have any questions regarding the training pack, feel free to comment that below or ask me in my Discord, which is linked in the description below. If you want me to cover a mechanic, training pack, or workshop map, let me know down below and I'll add it to my list to publish in the near future too. Have a nice rest of your day.